Alive Weather Impact Team with more extended coverage here as we are talking about our 11 Alive Weather Impact Alert for the weekend and this impending winter storm that is most likely to occur here going into the weekend. We've done multiple extended weather updates here for you throughout the evening tonight. We're going to have more of these throughout the day tomorrow, more tomorrow night, and throughout the next few days here on streaming on 11 Alive Plus. This is your source to find weather information when you want to see it. So let's talk about why we're here, why we're doing these extended updates. We know you're hungry for information, and here on 11 Alive Plus, we are able to give you that information here and do these extended weather updates to explain what we are seeing, as well as the certainties and the uncertainties that we see going into the weekend. Just know it's Tuesday night. We're still 4 days out before a potential big winter weather event. So a lot can change over the next over the next few days. So just know what I'm telling you now is based on what we're seeing. Come back to us over the next few days as we're going to be fine-tuning this forecast so you can plan ahead for these potential impacts that are going to be coming your way. But here is that weather impact alert where it's going to be in effect Saturday and Sunday. That's for the main precip that is going to be causing the issues. Just know that on Monday and Tuesday, even though we're not going to see any more precipitation coming down, the impacts may extend into Monday and Tuesday as we are watching those temperature profiles, and whatever is going to be on the ground here for the weekend may take a while to go away. And what we're going to be watching is the impacts here for ice, snow, or rain. Right now, a cold rain is a lower threat. I think it's going to start as a cold rain and then transition to freezing rain. But right now, freezing rain and ice is the main threat that we're seeing right now and the main impact that we're going to be watching for. Snow is a lower threat. The temperature profiles won't really support that here. There could be some snow mixing in at onset of the precip and then as the precip moves out. But as of right now, we're looking like this is mainly going to be a freezing rain and an ice event, which is not a good thing to happen. So we want you to plan ahead for potential travel impacts and power impacts beginning on Saturday, persisting through Sunday, and then even after any freezing rain or snow moves out, those impacts may linger as well into Monday and on Tuesday. So this is the timeline that we have right now based on what we're seeing here from our modeling. We think that on Saturday, we're going to have some cold rain early. And then as more cold air continues moving into that rain area, it's going to start changing over to maybe some sleet or freezing rain. There might be some snow mixing in early as this moves in, and then it looks like it's going to settle in as mainly freezing rain going into Saturday night. So just know that Saturday, it's not like an exact time on Saturday when things are going to start getting worse. It's just going to be a slow transition with some rain changing over to freezing rain, maybe a little bit of sleet mixing in as well. Untreated roads could start turning slick. I really think it's going to be more Saturday night when those impacts are going to get a little more dangerous, and that's where we're going to see more of a freezing rain event where some of those ice totals could start accumulating a little bit more there Saturday night as temperatures drop into the 20s at the surface. And so the roads are going to be turning slick and also icy out there. Then on Sunday, we'll continue with these winter weather threats. Again, we're thinking mainly a freezing rain situation there on Sunday. And with that, as we see more and more of that ice accumulating potentially on exposed surfaces, on trees and power lines, that is when we are going to see the power outage threat grow a little bit more, as well as the travel getting more dangerous out there too. So we want to be transparent with you because we don't know everything about this storm. We just know what the models are indicating right now, and based on the consistency that we have been getting there in those models for run after run after run, these are the things we're feeling a little bit more confident about. A winter storm is looking more and more likely as we get more data in. You know, a lot of times when we have winter weather here in Metro Atlanta, North Georgia, or really in the state of Georgia, it's always, a lot of times it's like we're right on the line. This may happen, it may not happen. But with this situation, we're feeling pretty confident that we're going to have some sort of winter weather here going into the weekend, and the winter storm threat's looking more likely. It's also looking more likely that travel is going to be impacted and will be dangerous beginning Saturday into Sunday. And we also are seeing that the power outage threat is also growing with that ice threat that we have. But here's what we don't know. We don't know if it's going to be more freezing rain versus more sleet or snow. Now, we're leaning more toward more freezing rain, but still it's not a slam dunk. I think it would be less sleet and less snow, but more of a freezing rain event. So tomorrow, we may be able to move this over to the feeling more confident about ice here. But again, we'll wait till some more data comes in. We also don't know exact amounts of how much is expected, as well as a final timeline. I know I just showed you a timeline just a few minutes ago, but that is based on what we're seeing now, and that could change over the next few days. We also don't know the total extent of the impacts, and that all depends on how much ice that we could get. So here's the setup going into the weekend. We have this Arctic air that's going to be diving down into the southeast, while at the same time, moisture is going to be moving into that very cold air, and especially cold air at the surface. We look at the profiles of those temperatures, not just outside in your backyard, but we look at those profiles up into the atmosphere as well. And that's why this is setting up as a cold rain. Freezing rain is rain in the air. Rain drops in the air. It comes down and hits a surface that is at or below freezing, and it freezes. That's freezing rain. It's not frozen in the air, it's liquid. Sleet is when you have a raindrop that goes through a pocket of cold air above the ground and it freezes and becomes an ice pellet. Sleet bounces on the ground. Freezing rain just splats on the ground and then becomes ice. So those are the differences in those two. A lot of people get those confused. So that cold air is going to be in place. The rain's going to be moving into it. The pink color that you see here is ice or freezing rain, and that covers us up. And that's going to be with us here beginning Saturday and also into Sunday. So that moisture is going to be falling through a shallow layer of really cold air at the surface, and that would freeze on contact. So what we want you to prepare for travel issues. It could be difficult or even impossible with the icy conditions that we're expecting. Also, prepare for power outages. That is the biggest threat we have when we have an ice situation, because that ice weighs down trees and power lines. Those tree limbs and trees could fall down on power lines and cause power outages. So that's the big threat with ice. Prepare for closures too, at least through Monday morning, we think. Beginning on Saturday. Sunday, I think a lot of stuff is going to be just shut down. And then even into Monday morning, most likely, we're going to have some closures there as well. And it could linger into Tuesday too, even though the precip is going to be ending. Here's a look at some of the what you can expect with different types of ice accumulation. A tenth of an inch of ice would mainly be just a light glaze that could be on roads and sidewalks. It could be slick on bridges. It could coat your windshield, and it could cause some isolated power outages. But get a quarter of an inch of ice on trees, power lines. That's a little heavier there. It could also be icy on the roads. Tree limbs could sag and break, and numerous power outages could occur with a quarter of an inch. A half inch of ice or greater would cause more dangerous travel conditions, widespread tree damage, and long-term power outages possible. We're talking long-term, because there would be most likely a lot of trees down and a lot of power lines that have come down too. Some of our models are indicating even thicker than a half inch, and that would just make those conditions even worse out there. So here's what we're watching with our satellite and radar imagery. I'll put this up full screen so you can see here kind of what we're talking about, where nothing's going on out there right now. We don't have any clouds. We don't have any rain in North Georgia or here in Metro Atlanta. Nothing major moving our way right now. There could be a couple of showers tomorrow evening. I think the daytime hours tomorrow will be dry, but it's going to be warm enough in the 50s that's going to be rain. No concerns about winter weather over the next few days. Beautiful night here in Atlanta. Noonan is looking nice outside right now with mainly clear skies. Rome looking good. Little breeze, cool temperatures. We're down into the 30s right now, and our view looking over the city of Atlanta from Arizona Avenue is also looking nice. Today, we got up to 48 degrees. Not bad, right? But that's below the average. We should be around 54 this time of year. Our low this morning, that was cold, 29. We should be around 35, so a below average day. Tomorrow morning, it's also going to be cold out there in the 20s. Right now, we're just above freezing at 35, but it's in the 20s right now in Peachtree City at 27. Gainesville's freezing. Marietta below freezing at 30. Rome is 30. Athens, though, is at 35 degrees. Dalton, 25. So a wide range of temperatures with the clear skies. Tomorrow morning, we start at 28, and then we rise to 38 at 10, and then we get up into the 50s tomorrow afternoon. That's going to be warmer than we were out there today, with sunshine mixing in with more clouds, but mainly dry here during the daytime hours. Here's a look at the forecast track. You have just a few clouds that are going to start building in here during the day tomorrow, and then still nice conditions, a few clouds Wednesday afternoon. Wednesday night, we're watching this that might bring from the west a few spotty showers late Thursday overnight into late Wednesday overnight into Thursday. And then Thursday, we're going to have some spotty showers here and there during the day, about a 40% chance for some showers. And then going into Friday, the rain chance comes down a little bit. Still a few of those spotty showers, but about a 30% chance of that on Friday. The important thing is to know though is Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, temperatures will be in the 50s. So any rain that happens will be liquid. It's not going to be anything frozen. Now, going into Saturday, look at the model comparison. This model, especially the American model, has changed since around 5 or 6 o'clock tonight. Earlier, it was showing the snow, which is that more blue-purple color, extending down to north of Atlanta, showing most of North Georgia getting snow and the rest of us getting ice. It is now showing any snow up into Tennessee and North Carolina and upstate of South Carolina, and really most of our area getting ice. The European model has been pretty consistent all along, showing ice over all of North Georgia and Metro Atlanta, going down into Middle Georgia as well, down toward the Macon area too. So, you know, Macon, Middle Georgia, parts of South Georgia had some good snow on Sunday. Now they're dealing with another weekend, but this would be ice. And again, the ice is what is more dangerous when we're talking about winter weather coming in. Here's the European model. I'll show you these models separately and kind of walk you through. This is at 4 o'clock on Saturday morning, showing rain mixing in during the day. This is at lunchtime. Some freezing rain, snow in North Georgia, and then changing to mainly freezing rain during the day on Saturday. On Sunday, this model trying to bring some rain in instead of freezing rain, but that all depends on the temperature profiles at the surface. We're only going with a high of 33 in Atlanta on a Sunday, and so only being 1 degree above freezing for a short period of time is not going to be melting a lot. And again, this is the shallow layer of cool air coming in from the north and east. And then it shows more freezing rain on Sunday, changing over before it ends, possibly into some snow quickly before it moves out early on Monday. And then we dry out Monday, but the temperatures are still going to be really cold. So anything frozen is most likely going to stay frozen Monday. Maybe some slight melting, but it's not going to all go away. And then on Tuesday, still really cold too, just being above freezing for a very short period. This is the GFS model, also showing on Saturday, starting off as rain, changing over into possibly some freezing rain. Into the afternoon, more of that freezing rain. Saturday night into Sunday, more freezing rain. And then that snow potentially late Sunday night into early Monday on the back side before it all ends, possibly changing over to snow, and then just really cold air starting into next week too, with even though no additional precip coming down, still dealing with some of the lingering impacts. So here is what we're watching: 28 on Wednesday morning, but then warming to 54 in the afternoon, more 50s on Thursday and Friday with those showers coming in. Temperatures up to 40 on Saturday, but that's early. They'll be falling during the day with that rain changing over into mainly freezing rain. Sunday, mainly freezing rain based on what we're seeing now, high only up to 33. We're back to 23 Monday morning with a high of 34, back to 19 Tuesday morning with a high of 37. So if we have power outages this weekend that don't come back Monday and Tuesday, getting down to 19 degrees on Tuesday morning is not going to be a good thing. for pipes that can freeze. So we have a lot to watch over the next few days and also into the weekend. We will continue to do extended weather updates here on 11 Alive Plus and Weather Impact 24/7. We have another update for you tonight at 11 on 11 Alive News. We're going to have updates throughout the day tomorrow on streaming, tomorrow evening, more and more updates during the day on Thursday, Friday, and of course into the weekend too. So thanks for watching. We'll see you back here tonight at 11. We hope you have a great night.